Welcome to episode 3 of this DCEU season. I'm your host, Boston, and joining me as always is Moonpeer.
Hello.
We're here for the big one, 2023's The Flash. I do want to, my knee-jerk reaction coming into this episode is I'm not sure where to start, but I do know where to start. And I don't like dating these episodes very much, but do want to mention that mainline star Ezra Miller at the time of recording goes by they, them pronouns. We will do our best to stick to them. If that changes at any point in the future, that's why they're different in this episode. So, just wanted to make sure that we specify that clearly. Boy,
So Boston, this is one of those movies that I have not seen.
Mm-hmm. Ditto.
But I have absorbed so much information about.
That was my thing too. Of like, how do you start talking about what felt at the time like 2023's most hated movie and most like poked fun at it? Very similar to the Morbius sort of situation, where it's like, I'm seeing for weeks, I'm seeing one bad clip of this movie.
This with possibly being an infamous episode in one of our production
I think so.
meetings.
Yeah, because like I felt like for weeks after this movie came out, I was seeing worse and worse looking clips on social media and sort of being like, okay, that doesn't look great, and then the next week it's like, oh no, that looks quite bad. And then the next week, like, oof, okay, yep, that's a CG nightmare. Where'd the movie go? Okay, sure. And it like continuing to kind of devolve at that point. And then like I feel like the big surprise that was supposed to happen in this movie that came out almost immediately due to sheer confusion.
The internet culture.
Yeah, and also like sheer confusion of like, oh, Michael Keaton's in this. Wait, he's Batman? He's the Michael Keaton Batman? Wait, well, you brought the Keaton Batman back, number 1, and also in this, number 2? What are we... You had a buddy cop movie with the Flash and the other Batman in it, and you didn't.
And Batfleck, you had it ready to go,
and you didn't.
Ready to go.
You didn't put that one in here. I don't know if we'll see Batfleck or not. I would like to, as a Batfleck fan. It seems.
Really, the last time we saw Batfleck was the end credits to Justice League, where it's like Batman and Joker playing around. In that weird dark future.
I vaguely remember that, yeah.
Joker gave him the Joker card, said anytime you wanna end our truce, you just tear this open and it's go time, baby.
Right. Now I remember that, yeah. The dark future. Military Batman in the desert. Yeah, Man, I don't...
So what else do you know about this? Other than Keaton.
That's the thing. It's another one of those...
By the way, I swear, I don't know how much Batman Keaton knowledge you have, but if he does not say the line, "It's the car, right? Chicks love the car," we're gonna have some problems.
True. Yeah, you put that in the movie. Come on. Like, if you're not gonna... That doesn't need to be his first line, but it needs to be pretty soon. What else do I know about this movie? That's the thing about this movie. I know nothing about it. Like, I
know one more thing based on the poster that we have on our video recording here.
Well, I was trying not to look at the poster, but it also looks like there's maybe Supergirl in this movie, which... Why? I have a lot of questions. I have so many questions going into this movie. I feel like I'll have 10 times more questions coming out of this movie. I'm very curious. What I remember leading up to this movie, and maybe if this is one of the... If you haven't been listening to the show for a while, or maybe this is your first episode, when we're going into a movie that we haven't seen, we try to see as little as humanly possible because we're trying to build on other films on the season, cultural osmosis, that sort of stuff. So I haven't gone to go look at what I vaguely remember through news stories being, I'm going to put this as gently as possible, a troubled production. I know it's shocking for a DCEU movie that has a troubled production. I know I'm this first of one.
Post-production with everything that Ezra Miller got themselves into too.
Correct. Ezra Miller, who has had a troubled time in the spotlight.
Has become problematic since this time.
Yeah, it seems to be having some trouble with the spotlight, to put it mildly. But like, I remember there being a lot of stuff of like, all right, the Flash is done. It's coming out. Actually, we're gonna like change the ending. We're just gonna change the ending, though. No big deal. We're just gonna do some reshoots. It'll be fine. And like a couple of months go by, and they're like, okay, it's not doing great with test audiences. Maybe we're just gonna like change the ending again. Not a big deal though. Quick couple of reshoots, in and out, bing bang boom, we're done. And I feel like that was the news story for like 2 years. I don't know if that's true or not, but it felt like it was this extended like, we're gonna change like the whole middle third of the movie. It's fine. We'll go to New Zealand, do some pickup shots. It'll be fine. No big deal. And it felt like that was the story for years. So I'm curious to see, now that it's been a couple of years on from the film's production, once we watch it, I really want to open Pandora's box and be like, yeah, cool. What did happen? What was all the... Go ahead.
You used a very appropriate metaphor right there. More appropriate than you realize, I think.
Which metaphor was that?
You have not seen the Pandora's box. You have not seen Multiverse of Madness. Am I correct in thinking that?
That is correct. I saw the first Doctor Strange movie, but I'm fairly sure I didn't see the second one.
Yeah, you would know if you had. So that movie got a lot of criticisms.
Okay.
I think it is okay. If my headphones disconnect, it's because Louise is sitting on my cable. Just so everybody knows. She jumped up, and I'm like, Boston can attest, today is not a good day, and I'm tangled in cables, and it's problematic. So everything is taut where it should be relaxed. We'll say that.
In life.
Yes. My desk is doing yoga is the key to take away from this. Multiverse of Madness, Sam Raimi joint. I think it's a perfectly fine movie.
Sam Raimi, that's why I wanted to go see it. I like Sam Raimi stuff.
I think it's a pretty solid movie.
Okay.
It gets a lot of flack for doing certain things, which I think is not appropriate considering the movie it is.
Also, like, I feel like if you haven't seen a Sam Raimi movie before, that's your experience seeing a Raimi movie. It's sort of like, I liked like 85% of it, but what the hell is going on the other 15%? And that 15% is going to be different between every person that watched that movie.
Pretty much, yes.
Yeah.
There are things that they did that people hated, things that they did that people liked. This movie will have a similar effect if you've seen them both, I believe.
Okay.
Downside.
Sorry,
I'm getting messages on my work computer over here.
Bring?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, you around?
If you hit ping pongs, that's just my work
computer
going crazy. There are things that happen in this movie that I'm aware of, and I want to see if I can set you up for the right disappointment going into this.
The right headspace, maybe?
Yes.
Okay, I'm ready.
We're in the DCEU. We all know that the DCEU is all about doing the biggest things possible. Like, there's no build-up.
Right.
None at all.
Suddenly,
look
the big thing.
Look at the MCU. It took 15 movies to get to Thanos, and everyone was like, "It's Thanos."
Who's this purple dude? What's going on?
Iron Man's first villain was the Warmonger instead of Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings or whatever that place is called. Like, they are doing very good with smaller villains in the MCU, building to the bigger people.
Right.
And when we saw Zack Snyder's cut of the Justice League, it's all about the Omega guy, who I can't remember the name of. Darkseid. There we go.
Darkseid. Yep. Right.
It's all about him instead of Steppenwolf,
Right.
the guy before Darkseid. Like they're trying to do the biggest, most bombastic things straight away with
Right.
every movie.
Right.
What is the biggest thing that you are aware of in your Flash knowledge?
I feel like there's two things for the Flash. One is, hey, did you guys know my mom died?
Okay, I'm talking world bigger. That
Well,
not character development, but
I feel
world
like
bigger.
that fuels so much of the Flash's stupidity. I say that with love. The only thing that I could think the Flash would do in this movie would be run so fast he turns back time. In like the first 30 minutes.
One might say he has a point. Flashpoint, one might say.
It's Flashpoint? Bro, what? You need like 5 other Flash movies before you start doing... Where's Reverse Flash? Get that guy from the TV show. Put him in there. Put him in the yellow suit.
Which, by the way, complete disregard of the TV shows. Not Melissa Benoist's Supergirl, which, credit where it's due, she was like, yeah, I'm not in the movie, so what? Go knock it out the park, Supergirl. I hope you do really, really well.
She's cool.
She seems to be a genuinely good person.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Wow. Okay. Sure.
So, from my understanding, Flashpoint is the thing where he runs back in time, he saves his mother, and everything gets messed up because of it.
Yep.
Correct?
That is my understanding. Yeah.
You literally just said the exact same thing.
So, like, did we haven't had, and God, it's going to happen in this movie. I feel it in my bones. We haven't had the Flash's thing of Kid Flash before he has the powers, growing up, and the dude busting in the house and killing his parents, and then be like, "Whoa, my mom died." We haven't had that in the DCEU yet, have we?
No, we have not had the origin story.
Oh my God, that's going to happen in this movie. Oh my God, we're doing it again. Okay. All right. Are we going to get Batman's origin story in this movie again, too? Are we going to do it for the 7th time?
We got that in the Justice Society cut, like
that's true.
The Justice Society movie.
Oh my God. Okay. Flashpoint. Okay. Flashpoint. Sure. My God.
So, does that potentially make sense now why Keaton's Batman is here?
Yeah, I think that would make sense, and I think, look, I'm in a bad mood today, so I'm going to be uncharitable towards the DCEU.
Oh, this is going to be
for the first time
next week.
If the DCEU movies were largely better movies, and look, we have liked some of these movies. We've liked some of these movies despite themselves.
Yes. Some of them have been excellent despite being terrible. Wonder Woman has no right to be as good as it is. Like, period.
If these movies were better, the idea of an alternate reality Flashpoint-focused Flash movie with Keaton's Batman is a dream. As someone who was born in the early 80s and loves those first 2 Batman movies, especially Batman Returns, the idea of him coming back as, like, putting on the cape and the cowl again to have this kind of, like, mixed up version of the DCEU honestly sounds incredible. But then I remember the 12 other movies we watched from the DCEU and go, well...
Well, I mean, don't you remember in the first Aquaman when they de-aged William Dafoe and how incredible that was?
Underwater Dafoe? Uh-huh. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. A lot of the rest of that was pretty good, the underwater stuff.
Yes.
Just, not, again, de-aging actors never works. Please see any movie, Tron Legacy, that has been in Tron Legacy, especially where all of that goes. They did it
first, bro. They did it first. If the MCU can't do it right, then get out of here.
Also, just hire an actor that looks sort of like him, like they did in Star Wars when they hired a dude who looks exactly like young Luke Skywalker. Whoops, and then covered his face with stuff and CG'd the face anyway. Like, anyways. I think Flashpoint is cool. I love the idea of
We've seen it done so well already is the problem we have, because we have the bias of having watched 6 to 7 seasons of every show of the Arrowverse, which is an incredible way to represent this.
Yes.
I don't think you could do a Crisis on Infinite Earths in the movies. They did it so well in those shows.
Yep. And like they of course did Flashpoint, but they did it like 4 or 5 seasons in, where you're like, yeah, of course he's gonna finally. The thing about Flashpoint that I always think is
great, and it changed all the other shows too.
Exactly.
Like in the end of like Arrow season 4 or 5 or whatever, and Diggle has a daughter, and then the start of the next season he has a son, and it's caused by Flashpoint in the other show. It's so wonderful good. Show.
And like I think I'm not the biggest fan of the Flash. I don't hate the Flash. He just never really clicked with him as like a comic book character.
He has clicked with me once.
Yeah.
And that is in my favorite DC comic series, which is the Injustice series.
Oh, sure. That makes sense. But like there's something so human about the Flash, and when superheroes are beaten by their humanity, their like baser urges, that's really appealing. So when you look at the Flash and you see the Flash say, I'm getting faster and I'm getting better and I'm getting a better control on this incredible power that I've been given, I think I am strong enough to undo the worst thing that's happened in my life. And I think there might be a side effect to it, but I don't care if that means I can bring back the most important person in my life. And like that is incredibly human of, I'm going to be selfish this one time and use my powers to help myself, and then to see all of it unravel because of this one selfish moment is really appealing and is really interesting. Like we said, the TV show handles it really well because it unfolds over like 2 seasons. And
and like you have him doing that whole thing where he's like, people slowly learn about the fact that he did this thing, and then people are slowly dealing with the fact that it happened.
Right.
Cisco's brother's dead in this new reality that he wasn't in the first one, and
everybody is mad at he stole their potential lives because of his selfishness. This like this selfishness you can understand, but they're like disappointed that he couldn't be as good as they know he is. So that's really appealing, and I think that's an incredible story you can tell. But that's for the 3rd Flash movie. That's the 4th Flash movie. Like that's as you build up his strength and his speed and his superhero nature and him dealing with, I have this power that I can use to save everybody, and that eventually fails at the end of the 2nd movie, and then like using this power for good and then try and use it for selfish reasons, and the audience is along with you. It would be really
cool, like you said, if they had more legs behind this and not trying to jump in and do the biggest things possible.
Exactly.
The only other biggest thing they could have done would have been Crisis on Infinite Earths, and that's an event. That's an Infinity War level of like 15 movies.
Yeah, and that's like even maybe too big for one DCEU movie. Like you almost want to see them release a DCEU movie, like 4 or 5 of them 1 month apart, of like, cool, here's the first one and the big thing happens, and then here's the fallout from it with the other movies.
Like they did with Winter Soldier and the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show.
Yes, 100%.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. finale aired like the same night that the Winter Soldier hit theaters.
Yep.
And Winter Soldier led into, hey, Hydra are running S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
And then later that night, the episode aired where it's like, hey, Hydra are running S.H.I.E.L.D.
Right.
Like, bro, something big is happening. Like, that is fantastic weaving of all of these things together. I think that's really well done. Like, I mean, you could even do the whole Elseworlds thing and have it like have him cause like Flashpoint, and then release a bunch of Elseworlds movies.
Yep.
Like, do another Keaton Batman, do another Bale Batman, do an old
Batman with Keaton. Like, let's see that, sure.
Or what they did in the TV show where they got the I can't remember his name, but the voice actor who died recently, who did the voice of Batman,
Kevin Conroy.
Yeah, they got him like being really old Batman in that TV show, and like he had the robot legs and everything
God,
potentially
he had
in there.
such a
So
great voice, man. So like, I do want to say, especially if someone is listening or watching this season, or this is their first episode, I'm still going to go in this movie hoping for the best. I'm not coming into this movie expecting it to be bad, because I think we have gone into a lot of these quote unquote definitely bad movies and gone into them and be like, man, that wasn't as bad as you said. Like, that was actually a pretty good movie. And sure, it has some problems, and
yeah,
you know, not all of these movies are like Morbius level disasters, but like sometimes you're like, yeah, okay, that movie had some issues, but I had fun watching it. Or they had the core of the movie, or the core of the story they were trying to tell was really good, but it got mired in, you know, so and so and so.
yeah.
So I hope this movie is good. So far, I have really liked Ezra Miller's portrayal of the Flash. This kind of like,
He was really sorry. They were really good in Justice League. I
yes,
think they were incredible in that.
I really like them in that. Yeah.
When Batfleck throws the batarang thing at him,
Mm-hmm.
and he catches it out of the air, the reaction of the Flash is perfect.
Yep. I think I think they do such a good job in that role, especially the nervous energy that they bring to the
Uh-huh.
Flash. I think that works really well.
Not diagnosing, but the potential autistic nature as
Right.
well.
Right. Like, it's just such a great portrayal of the Flash as a character. So like I really do. I
I
really
still hate the running, by the way.
it just at
The
near
speed skate running
near
really
the
gets to
end
me.
of the TV show they were struggling with that too. Like, it's just really hard to get it looking right, even
But
on the
they did
page
such a good
sometimes.
job in the TV show.
At the beginning they did, yeah, but like once they started running out of money, it's like, I don't know, man, can you run in place for a little bit? And it's like, sure, I guess. um
True.
so like, I don't know, I'm hoping, like, when we go into every movie that I think has had a mixed reception, I'm hoping that we find something we like, at least some small nugget of like, that joke was great, or the scene is great, or the one actor they brought back, or the woman
Yeah.
they have playing Supergirl is really great and she's not in the movie enough, or whatever. Like, you know, we even saw that with Black Adam, of like, you have this incredible cast of characters that are in this movie for maybe a hot 20 minutes. Okay, thanks for
Yep.
wasting them. Um,
The theme of this season is wasted potential.
yes, 100%. So I'm really curious to see what this is. What are your kind of final thoughts here for as we're leading into the Flash?
Oh, there's so much stuff I know that I'm not talking about deliberately because I cannot wait to hear your response to it.
This could be like one of our longest episodes.
Yeah, 100% it is. Let's flip reverse this.
Sure.
Who is definitely not going to be in this?
From the DCEU, I feel like Jason Momoa's probably not in this. I know we're leading up to the final movie in the DCEU is an Aquaman movie, but I feel like that's even a little too far afield for this movie.
Yeah.
I feel like
Do we get the Task Force X goons again? We seem to get in every movie this season.
maybe in like a post-credits thing. I feel like we probably don't see Gal Gadot. I put sort of a question mark on that after the last movie. I don't think we'll see the Suicide Squad at all. I feel like that ship has largely sailed. But because by this point, when the Flash is coming out, I think the writing is
Peacemaker season 1 is already in production.
yeah, like the writing is already on the wall for like, hey, we're sunsetting the DCEU and we're gonna move into something else. We're doing a large scale reboot of this entire thing. So like, don't get attached to too much of this. So beyond that, I don't know if we'll see any Justice League stuff. Are we gonna see Martian Manhunter? Maybe a little bit of that, but like, are we gonna see I feel like we won't see Steppenwolf or Darkseid. I feel like that kind of got handled as much as maybe DC wouldn't want it to be, especially from Darkseid's standpoint.
You're hoping for a Batfleck?
I'm hoping for a Batfleck as like the one person left alive that is a Batfleck defender. I'm trying to think of like any villains that would come back. Whoever did Michael Shannon play Zod? General Zod?
Yes, he did.
He came back twice, so I don't think we get a three-peat of him unless it's like a flashback footage. We saw him. Justice League, the Justice League Zack Snyder cut, right? Wasn't he in there for a little bit?
Possibly, I can't.
He like came out
of movie, bro.
He came out of the resurrection pool or something.
I don't know.
I don't remember. That movie was like 15 hours long, so I could also be having like a fever dream making it up. Other than that, I kind of can't see anything. The only other thing that I could potentially think that we see is some sort of connective through line between this and the next movie, which is Blue Beetle. And to my knowledge, we haven't seen Blue Beetle on film yet.
We have not.
Okay, so maybe someone is like, "Hey, this is my buddy. He has a real weird name. He's the Blue Bug. We're working on it. We're workshopping it." I could see that being a little bit of something, but I can't think of anybody else that we would necessarily. I feel like the Shazam stuff is done. Black Adam is very clearly and publicly done.
He lost that battle for the ownership of the DCEU.
Yeah, so I think most of that is in the rearview mirror at this point.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Should we go race off to watch The Flash? So good. All right,
let's. You could have said speed off.
It's right there. Yeah, man. All right, I'll do it. I'm just reverse Flash. I'm Flash, but like worse jokes.
You take a dad joke and I'll maximize its impact.
That's right.
How's that sound?
We'll workshop it. Yeah. All right, let's go watch the film.
You mean we'll go in the Star Labs?
Oh, there you go. All right, we're back. Hello. We've watched The Flash all 2 hours and change. This is a lengthy one, man.
It was a lengthy one that felt long. That's the problem.
Yeah, I'm gonna come in here with a hot take here at the beginning.
I don't think it's gonna be hot, but okay.
I had a really good time watching this movie, and I really liked 2/3 of it. And
I liked about half of it.
Yeah, I feel like that might be my most surprising thing coming out of this is sort of like, oh, all right, I had a good time watching that. That was definitely, the thing. Okay, sure. And I think I really have to give a lot of credit to Ezra Miller throughout this entire movie, especially at the beginning of this movie. You get that, like, even if you haven't seen the other movies they're in as Flash, I think you get the Flash in this, like, coffee shop scene of this, like...
in about 4 seconds flat, yeah.
Yeah, of this, like, anxiety-riddled super speeder that has his...
in the nicest way possible, touched by the tism, I believe is the phrase I heard someone
that's what the kids say,
recently,
yeah.
Which is just golden.
And it's really...
like, yeah, I see it.
Yeah, and it's really interesting because the intro of this movie, which is bookended by the 2 coffee shop scenes, is like the closest I feel like any of these DCEU movies have gotten to a really good action scene. We have like an interesting lead-in with Alfred showing back up, which is incredible. Thank you for having him in the movie for, I don't know, 30 seconds max, maybe.
Bro, I got some notes. I was like, oh, wait, is this just the cameo movie? Yes, it is.
Yes,
I
it
knew that
is.
going in. I just didn't want to say anything.
I there's that really great movie, that moment of Barry talking to Alfred and saying like, "Why can't you have Superman come in?" And Superman is on the TV behind him, lasering a volcano, and Barry's reaction is
Yeah.
classic. It's just like,
Yep.
okay. And his tirade about like, boy, it really seems like I'm always coming here to clean up a Batman problem. Okay. I was like, that's actually pretty good, man.
Yeah. Why didn't you get Wonder Woman to help? Well, she's not picking up. Why didn't you get this person to help? Well, they're busy. And
Well, his reaction was, that was my first thought, and Barry was like, how many first thoughts did you have before you got to me? And I was like, sorry, Barry. But
yeah.
we have some fairly solid large scale action stuff here. We have some very cool Batman riding a cool bat bike through the city. We have Batfleck returning, who I am just a sucker for.
He's so good in this movie, bro.
He's really good in this movie.
Can we change the title of this movie to The Batman, please? Can we just do that?
Hey, it's a really
spoiler
good
alert.
Batman movie.
It's a great Batman movie.
Yeah, but like, and then we have the Flash trying to save people from this collapsing building, and of course it's the baby ward, which is like initially the most eye-rolling thing. But it turns into this genuinely, I thought, really funny scene of like, look at the horrible ways all of these babies careening out of this building are going to die. It gets more
the baby
ludicrous.
Shower joke was cringe though. Like we can agree on the baby shower joke being cringe.
Baby shower was like a bit too much. That's more of a Deadpool joke, and I hate Deadpool, so like leave it over there. But like the increasingly ridiculous ways that these babies are going to die, it was really great. Louise in her fancy shirt here on stream, looking fashionable. And like the Rube Goldberg way he set up the everything to clear itself out, all of that I thought was fairly solid.
I like the fact that the microwave comes in later too. Whereas, like, yes, you can speed with a microwave,
right?
Just not, anything loose.
Right.
Which we'll get to that later, but that was just horrific. That scene.
Yeah, but like, it's interesting because all of that stuff I thought was really solid.
But like, my question for you is, did the humor land for you? Because Baby Shower, I think we can agree, is terrible.
I think the majority of the movie, the humor really landed with me.
Like, I think him in that scene with all of the babies where he's looking at everything, and then he jumps to the vending machine to just get his calories back up.
Yep.
I think that's a pretty solid thing of like, if you're the Flash, you've basically got infinite time.
Yeah.
So if you want to do your job correctly, you eat a lot.
Yeah. I was one of the biggest laughs, non-complimentary, that I can give to this movie is a little bit later when Wonder Woman shows up on screen, and of course, it's like, shut up! Oh my god!
As soon as I heard that, I laughed. As soon as I saw the gold, I saw the gold lasso, and I burst out laughing because I knew what was coming next, and I knew it would bother you so much.
Yep. Although there is a really great thing with Barry and the lasso of truth, which is pretty good. And
the thing with Batman is so good though, because he's like, I don't know why I spend my entire fortune fighting crime. I should probably just give it all away. That would probably do a lot better for crime than anything. It's like, okay, they're doing the meta commentary. I see how it is.
And I thought that whole sequence was fairly solid. There's some good tension. There's some good stuff going on the whole time. And then we wrap back around to the coffee shop and the jerky guys.
Was that fast enough for you?
Yeah, and I was like,
"Oh, bro,
that's pretty good." Like I appreciate the attempt there.
I would like to give this credit because like he's still a CSI and he's very annoyed that the staff around him are basically like, yeah, we haven't finished the workup on the evidence, but here we go, the guilty,
guilty,
not guilty,
and all of them being like, I'm Barry, I didn't finish all the evidence. Meh.
Yes.
Yep.
And they kept Iris as a woman of color. Thank you.
Yeah, really good.
Because the amount of flack that poor actress got for being a woman of color in the TV show,
Oh my God,
for
yeah.
them to just lean into it and be like, yeah, she's a woman of color here too.
What about it?
Deal with it. Like,
racists.
Yeah. Flash went woke, Boston.
I know. How could. Yeah. I do have to say the running still looks goofy. I don't know how you solve that problem. It just looks goofy.
I think conceptually, I like the idea of it being like a speed skater run, where it's it makes sense. A lot less friction, so therefore it makes sense for it to be like a speed skater run. I just don't like the way it is.
And like, I don't want him to look like Sonic either. I don't want his legs to be like a blur either. There has to be something that looks more natural, because right now it looks like how it probably is. He's probably taking a step every 100 miles. Like, he's moving super fast. I just don't know what the solution is. Every time it comes up, it's like, I don't, like, you did the stance and that's cool enough.
I think his starting thing is cool, and the goofy joke where like, "Hey, can I have that candy bar? Because like I really need to eat right now." She
hits him right in the face with it, like,
because Bruce calls.
Right. Oh, it's so good, man. I do really like Ron Livingston as Barry's dad. I think that's a really interesting cast choice, especially because the thing that all of us know Ron Livingston from is Office Space, and I haven't seen him in that many things otherwise.
Yes.
The
flashback scene.
Yeah. Him and his mom, the happy family.
Yeah. I have to ask.
Yeah.
Because I have a preference, and I'm sure everybody does too.
Sure.
Who did it better, this movie or the TV show? Because in the TV show, this scene is repeated for like 7 seasons.
Yeah.
And I think they really nail it in that, of like the red and the yellow flashes, like lightning in the show.
I really like both. I think for different reasons. I feel like the show one is really good, and like you said, it had to be, because they're showing it for like 10 years. There's something like really homey and familiar about this one that I think is missing in some of the other Flash stuff. Like the chemistry between all 3 of the actors, I think, really sells it in this one, even though it's really short.
Yeah.
And you kind of genuinely don't see it that often. I think it's really pretty cool. So the running back in time stuff, I actually like how that looks quite a bit. I wasn't sure how they're gonna do that, but that like Coliseum thing.
Yeah, I think what was it, the Chrono Orb or whatever they call it. Like, I think it is a genuinely fascinating way to represent it. I hate the fact that it's a CG nightmare mess.
Yeah, I get it. Like, you could probably do that practically and spend $1 bajillion, but
or just take screenshots or screen captures of the movies and put them in its place.
Yeah.
You could do it like Windows, because that's what it ends up being anyway. And then you're inside of a 360-degree window is essentially what he's inside of. But you could have flat screenshots. You do not need to digitally recreate all the people who've been in these movies.
We'll get there, because I have a lot.
And people who have been in this movie already.
Yeah, we'll
there
get
is a
there.
Digital Bruce Wayne that looks so much worse than Bruce Wayne.
We'll get there, but I have a lot to say about a lot.
Yeah, we'll get to the last Chrono Orb section, or whatever it's called.
I actually, one of my concerns going into this movie was like, how are you going to show this going back in time thing? Is it going to be memories streaking past you as you run? Is it going to be, you're running through pictures in general or something like that? I thought the solution they came up with initially, for like maybe the first 30 seconds, I was like, oh no, this is pretty cheesy. But watching multiple copies of everything fold and change and rewind at the same time, I think that actually looked really cool. So I got to give them a lot of credit for
again, conceptually, I think it's incredible. I think the execution is dog awful.
It's like a lot in this movie when they bring it down, and it's a lot of the DCU, when they
So much potential, one might say.
That's right. When they get rid of a lot of the practical stuff and they move to pure CG, it just looks so bad. Because I think, like we said for a couple of these movies, the practical in suit stuff looks good. Like they have good costuming, but when everything starts looking that cheap CG plasticky sort of thing, it all falls apart almost completely. Um, I really I really love that first shot of Dark Flash or Evil Flash or whatever, that kind of rift in the background. Evil Flash just comes out of nowhere and punches Barry out of time. I think that was
we did miss the conversation with Bruce that takes place because he does a little time rewind thing here.
Oh, and he tells Bruce, like, I rewound time. It was so cool. I did the things.
Bruce gives him the with great powers comes great responsibility speech, except, time travel.
Well, and I like Barry's like, yeah, the butterfly effect, huh? Sort of like crappy about it. Bruce Wayne's like, yeah, man, don't do it. It's like, sure. And he was, I'm gonna go do it. It's just like, okay.
No, he does it after speaking with Iris, where she's like, she comes over and he cleans horrifically.
That's a good scene.
Or him powering and cleaning. She's like, I expected this to be messier. And then he leans on the wall and the iron board falls out the wall with all of the garbage around it.
Him phasing through the wall to get a couple beers and then comes back and they explode on him. Like, it's just really...
Yeah.
It's really good. Yeah. Yeah, we meet...
Zombie Flash punches him. Yeah. And it turns out he's in the past now.
Yeah. 2013, I think it was. And we meet Past Barry, which shockingly is one of my favorite parts of this movie.
This is what I need to address right off the bat. I think that the relationship between Past Barry and Tism Barry, I'll call him, open brackets, lovingly close brackets.
Right. Past Barry and Barry.
Yes. I think the pair of their relationship is incredible throughout this movie. Like, the lessons learned in a positive and negative way by current Barry, trying to pass them on to Past Barry, who is clearly more socially efficient than current Barry is. But also at the same time, they're both on screen a lot, and it is very hard to tell that this is not just twins acting next to each other.
And it's not twins. It's just Ezra Miller for both roles.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Is like you see these movies with one person playing the same role twice, like this kind of situation,
right?
And you can clearly see the blue outline around somebody,
or like the seam in the middle of the screen.
Yeah, where they've been like patched together. They crisscross all over the place, and there's like maybe one or two scenes where I noticed a very noticeable, like, interlocking of two different shots.
Yeah.
But the majority of the time, it's incredible.
And I honestly think the relationship between the two of them, and like Barry's realization as he's criticizing Past Barry of like, oh my God, this is how everybody sees me in my life. I'm the worst. Like, I'm the most annoying human on the planet. But like the relationship between the two of them and the back and forth, I think was so foundational for this movie that if that didn't work, I don't think this movie would be nearly as good as it is, because it's like the anchor point for so much of the rest of this movie, in a way that I'm genuinely surprised by. Also surprised by, Zod is back. Michael Shannon, seemingly largely CG Michael Shannon, because he always has that like blue
with a face mask
on. And I'm like, oh, that's just CG, huh? You just scanned him and put the mask on him. Okay.
So
I don't blame you.
He's actually there, and he actually went and did shots on set, filmed them on set. He talked about going back. He's like, I don't know what's going on. I don't care about the story. They want me back to play the same role. They pay me a big paycheck. I go, I do the thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like, get the bag, man. Like, whatever.
And we
Yeah,
need to
that.
talk about the Eric Stoltz payoff here as well.
Yeah, I do. I usually don't really like when the world is just a little bit different. Everyone's like, I can't believe you say that ketchup is red and not green. Whoa, like. But I feel like doing Back to the Future and all of these movies with different actors was actually like, and
Yeah, you mean Michael J. Fox from Footloose? That's Kevin Bacon. No, Kevin Bacon's in Top Gun, the one with the planes and the gay guys.
and like the only thing that really sells that whole thing is Barry getting more and more frustrated of like, no, that's Michael J. Fox, and then like, and he's like, no, that's like this other guy. It's like that. I think that's the only way you can sell it, is by leaning into it just that much.
I need to speak about the Zod reveal though,
Yeah.
because with the whole Zod reveal that he does the broadcast on the television and everything, and it's cool. It's pretty much exactly what it was in Man of Steel.
Yep.
The issue I have is Barry talks about that moment in his life, and we
Sure.
get another shot down the same street that Bruce Wayne was driving. The same street with
Yep.
the same causality effects and everything. Where's Bruce Wayne in this shot? I don't know.
Sure.
Of him saving the kid and not being able to save the dad. The problem I have here, this completely obliterates the speech that Batman gives to the Flash in the Justice League of save one. Like,
True.
just save one.
Right.
And he saves one, and then he's like, what now? And he does it again, and then he does it again.
Yep.
That is a great moment, an interpersonal relationship moment between Batman and the Flash.
True.
And it's destroyed by the fact that he saved one here.
But like, isn't that the nutshell of the DCEU of like, I don't care what the last person did. This is my movie.
Yeah.
The next one's gonna get canceled. I'm just gonna make my own thing. Whatever.
Put him in a coma, bro. Like, that's
right.
all you gotta do.
That's right.
He got struck by lightning. Put him in a coma.
Yep. This part here is where we get to the whole Batman thing.
Yeah, they swap powers, by the way.
Yeah, they swap powers in like the most ridiculous set of scenes ever. That stuff's fine. I really wish the whole time I'm watching like the whole rest of this movie, really wish I knew nothing going into this movie, because they hide Michael Keaton's face for a really long time.
So well.
And when that first comes up, I would have been like, "Oh my god, it's Batman! They're doing the thing. Of course, it's a different Batman. One of 3 Batmen we have in this movie." And I still love past Barry, like eating the spaghetti in the kitchen and be like, "Oh my god, Bruce Wayne is Batman," and Barry is like, "What do you think we're doing here?"
Yeah,
he said, "I thought it was cousin dinner."
Reveal. The thing you said, it's cousin dinner.
Yeah, I thought this was cousin dinner.
I like how I love the timeline talk here too. Yeah. It's another great representation of the timeline where it's like, yeah, this is what you've been told. That's not right. It's this.
Yeah,
and
plop.
It's like the intersectional point.
Yeah.
And then when someone starts messing with that, this happens.
Yeah.
Big load of spaghetti. I do like the fact that they break it into the Batcave.
Yes.
And young Flash does the exact same thing that old Flash did the first time he went to the Batcave, where he just zooms around looking at everything. He's like, "This is so cool."
It's like a museum. Oh, it's so good.
And the fact that they have the original Batmobile, like that model of Batmobile.
The combination of like the original Batman stuff, and then when the Batman music kicks in, I was just like,
such a good.
It's like, it's working on me, man. Like, I know it's like financially created to work on me, but it's still working on me.
100%.
Yeah,
they're leaning into everything you know about DC properties, and they're milking you for every drop you have.
Hello, fellow 80s kids. How about Batman?
Yeah. It's so good though, dude. Like
Yeah.
like the sequence is great, the reveal is great. The fact that everything's been turned off because like Gotham is the safest city on the planet now, and
Yep.
it's just like, yeah, okay, this is great. Instead
Yep.
of the escalation, you get the de-escalation, which is a fantastic version of this Batman. And trying to find a solution, trying to find Clark Kent and everything else, and then Barry talks to Batman through the camera, and he's like, "Look, I know you're watching."
It's a
Like,
great scene.
like, and him having this whole thing is like, "Look, I'm just trying to save my parents. I'm sorry about yours. I'm trying to save mine." And then he slides that thing back, and you get all five like Batman outfits there,
Uh-huh.
and it's just like, "Oh, you hit me right in this
So
nostalgia,
cool.
and I hate you for it."
And like there's once they find Clark, I think,
Clark.
yeah, quote unquote. I really like the next set of shots where the bat plane or jet or whatever like unfolds itself from the ceiling, and it's all rusty. It's barely turning back on, but there's two really great shots back to back. One is where
one of these is my favorite shot in the movie. I'm pretty sure you're going to mention it, but go
ahead. One of them where it flies out of the kind of waterfall of the Batcave and it turns upside down and then morphs into another shot, like where they're in Russia or whatever.
Siberia, I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah. That's an incredibly cool shot. And then, of course, the coolest shot is where it's in front of the moon as they're falling.
And Batman dropping out.
Yeah,
Batman
and I'm like,
drops out of it, and he's just like,
that's so cool, man. How have we not done this before?
It's also straight out of the animated series.
100%.
Straight out of it.
Yep. It's so... And it's the thing
That's the best shot in the movie, bar none.
It's so cool.
And I especially love the fact that he's like, "Where's your parachute?" And he just smiles and drops.
I really like a lot of this underground bunker stuff. I think the kind of breaking in stuff is interesting.
The first thing that I thought as soon as I saw it when they're walking on the surface in the snow and all the lights in the night, I thought this looks like Metal Gear.
Yeah,
this looks like
MGS1.
the opening sequence of Metal Gear when you're trying to break into that facility.
Yeah,
yeah, that entire sequence.
But I really like them going down. I really love the like past Barry messing up and knocking a bunch of stuff over, and literally all of these scientists are watching them. Like it's the worst sneaking mission of all time. So
when I play Metal Gear,
that's right. That's right. I really like this Batman action scene. I feel like it feels like it's one of the most
realistic in such a good way, but I also love the fact that it opens with him saying this is gonna hurt, and you could take that as a one-liner of him saying, "Oh, this is gonna hurt the people,"
right?
But I take that as him saying this is gonna hurt to himself.
Yeah, because I'm old.
That's
now.
how I view it. Because he's old and broken, and this is gonna be hard.
But it feels like a really good. Like the punches and the kicks feel like they have impact. Like this feels like a really solid action scene, which normally you would have, but not necessarily in the DCEU. Like some of the fight scenes can feel a little bit, either they're completely CG or it's, punches are getting pulled a little bit too much or something like that.
Yeah.
I really like the quick scene of Batman trying to scare that scientist in the tunnel. But like Batman keeps doing the short lunge at him, and the scientist is like, "Okay, what am I supposed to do?"
Hey, he's Russian, bro. You think that scares him?
Yeah, he's just a big bat. Like, who cares? This is where we get introduced to Kara. I really like the look of her in general playing Kara. I really like the look of her in general. I think this is when they get outside, which the bat tape measure was really great.
How much do you weigh? 180 each plus 160 for her, so like 440, and he's like,
Yep.
okay.
Beep, beep,
And
beep,
then
beep,
he
beep.
like ups the charge.
I like that Barry just answers it of like, this is just a Batman thing. I just need to don't ask him why, just answer it.
Mhm.
The fight scene with her on the roof like is almost cool, but the switch between
Yes.
practical and CG is so stark that I think it
Yes.
ruins a lot of it.
So the thing that really annoyed me about this is they nailed this in Man of Steel. Like
Yeah.
with I referred to her as the bad bee in my notes.
Mm-hmm.
B is the letter for the word, which you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Like that Kryptonian in Man of Steel when she's in Smallville and she just speeds to someone and it hits them and then just obliterate
Yep.
into the space. That is done so well, and it feels like this it just misses it by a little fraction, which
Right.
is a shame because Kara Zor-El is one of the biggest wasted potential
Oh
of
my
this movie
god.
because she's so cool.
She's
I
very
love the
cool.
fact that like if you know your Superman lore, when they get out of the top and they throw Kara and she like rolls. As she rolls, she lands in the sunlight, and I'm like, yes,
Mm-hmm. There's a
yes,
great shot of
excellent.
her hand getting fuller and her arm coming back to life. Like, I do really
Uh-huh.
like past Barry's line here of like, you guys should have seen that in slow mo. Like, that was a really good. That's a
Yes,
really
it's a
good.
really good thing.
Yeah. Um, I I really like the building a Flash outfit out of Batman's old suit scene, especially the like squeak 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 like clean like cutting off the little bat
Good
ears.
enough the ears,
Yeah.
yes.
Um I also wrote here
Her,
so
her in the sunlight, like Supergirl in the sunlight on top of Wayne Manor is incredible.
that's such a cool
Like,
scene too.
and that suit is such a killer suit,
It's a
bro.
really great suit. Someone for the next Supergirl movie, which is not going to have this actress in it, which is a real bummer.
Yeah,
Steal
because
that
guess
suit.
what? She was supposed to get a movie, by the way.
Bummer.
Um,
But
they've
still,
already revealed they've already revealed the suit for the new movie. She's got the skirt again. She's got the little red skirt.
lame. The suit's better. Um, I wrote so the reference line was "Wanna get nuts? Let's get nuts." That's our reference line for this movie from the old.
Does he say that in his original movie? Because I can't
He
remember.
says it in the first one, if I remember correctly, or is it Joker? I should have watched the first movie again. Um,
No, because we could do that for the show at some point.
True.
I will
So
say I'm not a big fan of Chekhov's laughing bag that never seems to have come up again.
no, that's like a really cool. Like I got this bag that laughs. It's like, yeah, man. What's that?
I was waiting
What's
for
that
that to
about?
come back up again.
Yeah. So I'll be honest with you. That's the end of the movie that I like. The whole rest of this
Yeah,
movie is really
a bunch
rough.
of CG fights.
It's
Yep.
it's not even just CG fights. It's CG fights in the middle of nowhere. You like there's it's
Mhm.
not even that the military is meeting Zod anywhere cool. It's just the like this cheapest CG desert that you could possibly come up with. Like
Well, that's where they met him in Man of Steel.
I know, but it's boring. Like it just if you're gonna do that, that's fine. But like, there's not even a ton of dust getting kicked up. Like,
I did like the part of the build up to this sequence, which I think is actually pretty good, is the Batman mask not fitting well
oh my god, where
in the
Barry
Batjet.
turns and the mask doesn't move
And like
with
the
him.
mask doesn't move. It's but also like Barry recording Kara outside of the window,
Mhm.
and he's like, "Our kids will want to see this one day." And then current Barry is like, "Your kids?" Like, as in you two,
Right.
kid?
Like you wanna okay. Um, yeah, a lot of that stuff is really good, especially with like past Barry or current Barry just being like, all right, here's the plan, here's what we're gonna do, and past Barry just not listening to him at all, which is really great. Um, but so much of the rest of this like half hour is really rough.
You know what you know what the only good parts of this like huge fight sequence is? Anything that involves Kara.
Yeah.
When Kara faces off with Zod, and she's like, "Yeah, the infant didn't survive," talking about Kal-El, and she goes ballistic.
Yeah.
It's so good.
The slow eye, like the eye laser warming up thing is so good. Oh my god, because
like she screams so well as well.
Yeah, and like that's counteracted with the two Flashes doing this CG nightmare fight with like the worst needle drop song, and like the fight is fine. Like it's all like the speedster stuff. I do like that shot where they touch their heels, the bottom of their feet together, and then they shoot off. That's a pretty cool thing. I still don't like the like hand crossing thing for the like the Palpatine lightning laser thing.
He literally says we got to Emperor this. Like he
thought that was really good.
Yeah,
but like I think the hardest thing with the Flash, it's like the hardest thing with the Green Lantern too. You got to find a way to not make it look as cheesy as it is. It's inherently not cool, especially when you have Michael Keaton's Batman over there doing cool
just
bat stuff. Yeah, like, and these two nerds, affectionately, are like lightning all these enemies around. Like, it's a tough problem to solve, and this movie cost $1 bajillion, and they couldn't solve it. So I'm not going to solve it, but like, the whole thing is pretty frustrating. And then,
but like the fight, I do like this the end of this where the story beat is that past Barry just wants to keep changing the timelines until he just wants to keep trying again.
Yeah.
And it turns out that past Barry was like lightning zombie Barry as well.
Yeah, he's like the Dark Flash or Evil Flash or whatever, which I think is a really interesting buildup of like, oh, now I have this like claw that's in my arm. I'm not going to take it out. I'm going to attack the enemies, and getting more pieces stuck into him. And when you see the two of them, you're like, oh, that's how we got from A to Z. Is he's been doing it for decades at this point, trying to fix like a fixed point in time, and he just he can't.
But then we get the Chronosphere reveal of the multiverse.
Oh my god. There are so many problems with this scene.
Let's talk about our personal issues, and I'm assuming you're going to share the same opinion of me, where you should not bring dead people back to life using CGI without their permission or paying big chunks of money, and to be honest, probably shouldn't be done, period.
I don't think you should do it even then. The thing about all of these Batmen and all of these Supermen, you have multiple films with each and every single one, except for the one I really like, which we'll talk about in a minute. Just show the films in the window orb. It's literally an orb of screens. Just show the movie on the screen.
It's the same issue I had with the previous version of the orb, which was like, just show a screenshot. Yeah. Show a screenshot. That's
just
all you
show the clip.
You don't have to animate it. Show a clip. Do an audio over of a clip. You don't need new footage. Just use the old footage.
Like Adam West Batman largely shows up, and like the Joker and Catwoman from that era, like my favorite era of Batman.
That's in a clip. That's fine.
They're all audio or they're a clip. That's really great. Bringing Christopher Reeve back as a like dark nightmare CG mess is like unconscionable. That's so unbearably gross.
And the OG Supergirl there too.
Right, like I just put them together, put them next to each other from the movies they were in. Christopher Reeve was in like a bajillion Superman things. Like, it's...
And the OG Flash is there too, from the TV show with the metal helmet.
Right.
The same OG Flash who plays the Flash's dad in the Flash TV show.
So good. I forgot about that until he showed up on screen. I was like, man, that was still cool on the TV show. Like, man, that was pretty cool. The only one that I really like for...
I don't even like it. I just don't like it at all.
So you might not know the
I know about it.
Well, you might not know the other reference here. So Nicolas Cage shows up as Superman.
Superman. Yep.
In a scene. Most importantly, he's fighting a giant robot spider. Nicolas Cage as Superman, that's fine. Everybody has seen the like production things. Like Tim Burton was making that one. Was that the?
Yes. Yeah. It was Tim Burton Justice League, I believe.
Yeah. I don't care about any of that. What I care about is Kevin Smith's An Evening with Kevin Smith movie that he put out 20-something years ago, where he tells the story about him briefly surrounding this movie. Not The Flash, but the Superman with Nicolas Cage. And the screenwriter or the director who was working on the movie really wanted Superman to fight a big giant spider. And everybody's like, this just doesn't make sense. Like, I don't understand why you're so interested in this. He doesn't fight a big giant spider.
And he really liked Lord of the Rings, bro.
The next movie he made, Wild Wild West, where they fight a giant mechanical spider. So another big robot spider coming in is like, okay, you're getting the full reference for the scene. Otherwise, it's like, yeah, here's the thing that could have never been. They scanned Nicolas Cage in, they de-aged him, blah blah blah. It looks terrible, but like,
I don't even think they scanned him. I think they scanned the test footage.
No, he said that they scanned him and they de-aged him and all of that. Is Nicolas Cage telling the truth and remembers? I have no idea, but I do like that they have kind of a reference within a reference there. But like, all of this whole thing where you're in like the Chrono Bowl and you're watching all these chronospheres crashing and cracking and messing up with each other, it's a disaster.
When you need him,
like, it's a disaster. It doesn't look cool. It is barely readable. It is like it barely even makes sense when it's like the timelines are crashing into each other. I was like, I don't care. Like, what are we talking about? Like, we understand the butterfly effect. If you were to show like, let's talk about season 1 of the Loki TV show where branches of time are disappearing and being destroyed, that makes a lot of sense. This one where it's like, look at these two orbs that look like the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 character selection screen crashing into each other. One's blue and one's yellow. And I'm like, this sucks. What do we do? The rest of the movie was so good. You're bringing back Christopher Reeve from the death again. Gross. And then smashing this stuff up in a Chrono Bowl. Like, what the hell, man?
Yep.
So,
you want to hear the most nonsensical note I've written?
Yeah.
Barry stops Barry from killing Barry by being stabbed by Barry and therefore disintegrates Barry.
Yep. Buffalo, 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 buffalo. Yeah. It's, and like, the whole thing with the 3 Flashes, I think resolves fairly well. I think the Dark Evil Flash, I think, looks pretty cool. It
feels very this era of DCEU.
Yes. Yeah. And like
it's like if Steppenwolf became a Flash. That's what it looks like.
Right. And it's very like try-hard emo Flash, which feels appropriate for
dude, you didn't get that far in the TV show. Trust me, that happens.
Yeah, I do remember some of that. Yeah,
he's even got the emo swell on over his face.
He did. I forgot it. What a wild season. But like, all of it resolves exactly how you expect it will. Like, it's a fixed point in time. You can't prevent Batman and Supergirl from dying, so they're just gonna die. You need to get over it. And now Barry convinces Barry to go back in time and have Barry stop Barry from Barry's mom picking up the tomato sauce so that Barry's mom can die. Like, it's a very sweet scene with an apparently drug-addled Barry with the department store sunglasses.
And, yes.
Like, it's a very sweet scene. By that point, I'm just like...
It's a great scene.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic scene that is wasted by the end of this movie.
Right. And like we didn't talk about the like Wayne Enterprises fixed the security camera footage of the supermarket where Barry's dad was there, but he never looked up, so you
But he
couldn't
didn't look up.
you couldn't say it was him. It's just a dude. And
he changes the timeline by moving the tomatoes to the top shelf.
Right. So like all of that is fine, and like Iris is there and it's fine. Like I do really love the interview that Barry gives, and the dude is like, that doesn't make any sense. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like
we uncooked the spaghetti.
Yeah, and it's just like, what? I do the last cameo here was the second to last cameo here was fairly fun, of Bruce Wayne pulling up and it's George Clooney this time. That was pretty fun, especially with Barry's tooth falling out as the last shot. And then we get
second to last shot, because we have a post-credit scene.
We have like the most useless post-credit scene I think we've had in the DCU at all. Where
the full-on cameo movie, dude. This is it. This is the full-on.
Jason
cameo.
Momoa is drunk. That's it.
And falls asleep in a puddle.
Yeah. That's it.
We did forget to talk about how he did try and call Aquaman's dad at the lighthouse, and he's like, "Is your wife a queen, an Atlantean queen?" And he looks over and he's like, "No."
That's right. Nope. I will say, up until they get in the desert to fight Zod,
the middle section of this movie is a banger. I'm going to disagree with you slightly. I'm going to say the middle section is incredible.
Yeah.
I think the start is kind of the end is kind of super
The start's a little slower than I think it needs to be. Like, I think it can get to the point. That's right. I think you get to the point a little bit faster and still be good, especially in 2025. Everybody that's seeing this movie has seen a time travel thing before. Like, you don't need to set it up as much as you do. You have Batfleck as Bruce Wayne give him the butterfly effect speech, and you have Michael Keaton as Batman give him the spaghetti speech. That's 99% of the heavy lifting you need to do in this movie. Everybody else gets it.
Yep.
Like, you're good.
Yep.
So, I don't know. I'm surprised that I came out of this movie having had a much better time than I expected going in. I genuinely don't think this is a bad movie. I just think it is an okay movie that gets distracted and is a little bit too long. And the last Chronosphere thing, that's a disaster. Like, that's...
conceptually, it's cool. Again, conceptually, it's incredible. Give me audio clips and footage from the things. You don't have to have them staring at the hole in the universe.
Also, like, you don't need... Okay, I'm going to go back to it one more time. You don't need to show CG Christopher Reeve, because you could have had him speak through a clip, and the people that knew Superman from those movies would immediately know it. Anybody who's younger than that is going to see the Superman on screen and be like, who's that? You don't need to do it. They're not going to know that. Like, oh my God. Anyways.
You know what makes me laugh?
Yeah.
Crisis on Infinite Earths happens in the TV show.
Yeah.
And they get old Supermans. They get old Batmans. They get all of this stuff. It's so much better than this.
Yeah.
And they even do the same thing where they reference a Birds of Prey show that only ever got a pilot. Like, they do it so much better in the TV show than this. It's
just a mess. And like, I don't think that ending stuff completely destroys the movie, but I really think it's like a big, the whole thing is just a big black mark on a complete, and like, just still carried on the shoulders of Ezra Miller playing two characters at the same time throughout the entirety, and just killing it. Like, it's an incredible performance the whole way through. And
Keaton does incredible too, and
Keaton is really
Kara
good.
is incredible. I don't know the actress's name, sorry, but Kara Zor-El I think is the standout performer in
What
this.
is her name?
Because
Sasha
she
Cal.
performs
Callie?
that she performs that range of like. My first thought was, hey, is this going to be like an alternate universe Red Sun because she's trapped in underground in a black site in Russia?
Yeah,
And I was
right.
thinking, oh, is that what they're going to do? They're going to go Red Sun on this, but with Red Daughter instead.
Right.
And no, but she plays that rage at the world so well.
Yep.
Where it's just like, why should I save you? And old past Flash is like, there are good people. There are genuinely good people out there.
That's Sasha Callie, who plays her.
She's incredible.
Huge credit to her. She's fantastic.
And my lord, that suit is so wasted.
It's so cool, wasted. Man. It's so cool. And like, it's cool next to the very cool Flash suit and the classic Batman suit. Like, you're standing up to some pretty heavy competition and being like, yeah, man, look at this cool Supergirl suit. Look at my cool cape. It's like, yep, yeah, you're right. What are your final thoughts here, if you have any additional ones?
It's a solid middle.
Yeah.
It's the proverbial like poop sandwich, except in reverse, where the poop is the bread and the bread is the poop in that metaphor.
Yes, the Flash : the bread is the poop.
Yes, I think the middle is incredible. The start is rough. The end is super rough.
Yeah,
and it's like you made. It feels like this coming after Multiverse of Madness was one of those things where it's like, yeah, they made a referential movie, so are we going to? And the character we've got for it is the Flash.
Right, and like instead they should have just made a cool Batman movie because they almost got there.
Yeah,
it's a great
this
Batman
is a better
movie.
Batman movie than a lot of Batman movies.
yeah. All right, let's talk about our ratings here real quick. IMDb has it at a 6.6 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes has it at a 63% tomato meter and an 81% popcorn meter. Tomato meter is at 390 reviews, so that's higher than I would have expected for that many reviews. And Letterboxd is at a 2.5 out of 5, which is about where I land. Is that like 5 out of 10, 2.5 out of 5 of like, I had a largely okay time watching it. It had some good stuff. Fell on its face a couple of times. You know,
definitely right there with it. It is a perfectly good movie that is a lot of wasted potential again. But like, Flashpoint shouldn't be the Flash's first movie.
No. I get the desire to tell Flashpoint because that's like the big Flash story. You gotta save it a little bit, man. Fight Reverse Flash first.
The two huge Flash stories are Flashpoint and Crisis. They're the two huge ones.
Yeah. We'll see if the DCU works up to Crisis on Infinite Earths in like 20 years.
It feels like that's where they were leading with this. It's like, hey, you got a multiverse problem.
That's right.
And then it shows the multiverse.
How are we going to fix it?
How much money do you think they were going to trying to spend on making a fully CG AI slop Christopher Reeve Superman movie?
I don't even want to imagine. It's still potentially possible, which is disgusting. Yeah. All right, we got 2 movies left. Can you believe it?
Oh boy.
We've got 2 movies left. The only thing that I was surprised about with this one, as my last note here, kind of surprised it didn't lead into the next movie. As far as I can tell, doesn't seem interested in whatever is going to come after it, which is maybe kind of telling, but also a little bit surprising. So we'll check out what that means in the next movie. Hopefully you'll all join us there. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.